A timely topic of discussion as we are perhaps finishing up the year and looking at what does the new year hold for us. And maybe you're sitting around thinking, all right, when it comes to my own personal and professional growth, how can I really kind of move forward? And the topic of personal brand comes to mind, but not in a way that you think. So in this episode of Learn with Bestern, what we're going to talk about is the value aspect of your personal branding. So when we think about personal branding, we're thinking about marketing. How do you market yourself? How do you promote yourself? But it's not about that. Personal brand goes deeper than that. It's really about making sure that you know who you are. And that starts with your values. So what do you stand for? What do you want to be known for? Are your values in terms of what you believe that is, the right thing to do for how you spend your time? Is it aligned with the work that you're actually doing? So for an example, if you're somebody who believes very much about in health and wellness, are you the kind of person that's going to work for companies like Coca-Cola's or cigarette companies? Hopefully not, right? Because that would be very clearly misaligned with values and what you believe in. So understanding your values and then also communicating those values in a way that drives your career forward in a way that people recognize it is essential. Hi guys, Elena here from Bestern. If you're enjoying this episode, please make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on weekly new videos that we have coming out on personal and professional development topics. Also, feel free to send your questions and engage with us and comment in the YouTube videos in the comment section below. Now back to the episode.
Very often we do the wrong assumption that values do not change upon the time. But what we have to consider is what happens in our brain when we are aligned in terms of our values. It happens a little bit like a stock exchange, Elena. It's almost like there is a currency, a reward system that is automatically put in place where there is dopamine rewarding the values that you are displaying and that are aligned with yourself. So it's super important to understand that when you know your values, you know the exchange rate of this currency, dopamine. If I do this, I will receive so much of a rush of this molecule of pleasure called dopamine. But imagine that you don't know your values. But the funny thing is that you feel cheated all the time. You feel unsatisfied because you don't know if you received enough or not enough reward for displaying the good behaviors that are aligned with your values. Another thing that is super important is that when we are talking about values, we need to consider that the context of the situations may change or shape your values. So what do I mean? Imagine like a little bit like fashion. So being aligned with the rest of the people might influence the values that you are displaying. And you said it just before. So choosing what we are displaying, it is also a part of displaying how our personal brand is going to be put in action and being aligned where behaviors and what you have inside in your heart are aligned, which is going to make you satisfied about yourself. Another thing that may influence your values is mainly about understanding if you are the type of person who likes to be appreciated by others, right? So are you going to cope with the crowd or are you going to follow what you have inside? Another thing, this is something that has grown in importance in terms of influence for values, is how much do we want to compare ourselves socially? So now with the technology, social media, influencing, we have a tendency to compare ourselves and to want to be like others. So how much this context is going to change what we display for others. Now, the interesting thing is, if we have to summarize, is understanding our values is to understand what drives us. This is number one. Two, what is the type of context that make us change our values or display different values? Is it social? Is it the fact that we want to be liked by others? So how much we are able to push the limit, to know our frontiers of what is going to make us feel satisfied about ourselves. Remember, when your values are not aligned with the values of your corporation, then there is something called cognitive dissonance that is a cause of stress, anxiety, and ultimately burnout, right?
Absolutely. Personal brand is beyond the marketing.